I just bought another Expert Advisor, and this time it is for the gold. The Golden Pickaxe has made over 890% in profit at the time of recording this video, and I will do a complete review. I will share with you why I selected it, who the developer behind the EA is, but most importantly, what is the process of testing the EA on demo and live accounts after I purchase it. If you're ready, let's go for it. Hi, my name is Petko. I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and let me tell you what you should do after purchasing an Expert Advisor, and that is not to trade with it. Don't rush trading real capital with an Expert Advisor you just purchased. That's a common mistake with all beginners. Don't do that, especially if you have a period with money back guarantee. For example, with the Golden Pickaxe Expert Advisor, I have 30 days money back guarantee, so that's more than enough for me to test the Expert Advisor and to take the final decision if I will be trading it with real capital. So the first step is always to test it on a demo account for a week or two, just to see if everything is okay, to see how the developer is doing the support, and most importantly, to see if the trades are matching the MyFX book open trades, and last but not least, if this Expert Advisor is matching your expectations. So now I'm starting to test the Golden Pickaxe, and I will do a complete and honest review. The developer of the Expert Advisor is Valeria, that you may heard about from one of my previous videos when I was reviewing the Waka Waka Expert Advisor. So that is another Expert Advisor she created. To be honest, I feel comfortable purchasing this Expert Advisor because I already have another one from the same developer, Valeria, and if you look at my screen you will see that this is in her profile, Mishchenko Valeria. I hope I'm pronouncing the name precisely, and so far I'm satisfied with the results I have with the Waka Waka Expert Advisor that I'm trading in one of my funded accounts. I will leave a link down below in the description to the video for this other Expert Advisor that I already reviewed if you have missed it. But what I've learned so far is that the Golden Pickaxe is pretty much the golden version of the Waka Waka Expert Advisor. So if you look at my screen, you will see some more statistics. We have 890% gain, track record verified, and it started back in August 2022. So this account, she started with a deposit of 100 Australian dollars, and at the current moment the balance is $993. You can see a very steady growth. Down below we can see how much the robot made today, this week, this month, and this year. And check this out, over 35,000 pips. It sounds really unbelievable, isn't it? And I'm really excited to see such results in my account. So down below we can see what is the monthly performance as well. So we can see that in January it did really well, over 16%. Then in February we had 9%. March was almost at a break even, but still not a losing month. And then April did 7%, and May so far we have 3%. And if I go back to 2022, we can see still positive months. September is with an amazing profit of 250%, but this is because she started with a small account, 100 Australian dollars, and I'm testing this Expert Advisor on a $500 demo account with BlackBull markets. Oh, actually there is a trade open. I've set it just before recording the video, and it is on the M1 time frame, so we can see there was one short trade and it ended up with 83 cents on a profit. But of course this is still very early to say if I will be using this Expert Advisor on my live account, but if it passes my tests on demo account, I would start with about $500 to $1,000 small live trading account, and then I would consider putting on a bigger account. account. But that's my personal choice. I don't want you to take these numbers as a piece of financial advice. I'm just sharing with how much I'm testing the expert advisors before I put on a bigger account. And if I show you the landing page of the Golden Pickaxe, you will see that you can download it for free and test it yourself before purchasing. And you can see that the price at the time of recording is discounted at $1,665. And I won't go through all of the information, but you will see exactly what I've mentioned, that the Golden Pickaxe is a result of Waka Waka plus the gold asset. So what I want to show you are the different settings where you can calculate your risk, and that's pretty interesting. Let's say I'll be testing this expert advisor first on a small live account, and I go with significant risk. You can see that the expected total profit is $670 for 2 years, I think. And if I go to 3 years, you will see that it is nearly 1,300. Then if I increase it to high risk, the total profit is above 2,500, monthly gain 5.16%, and the drawdown is 36.61%. So the higher the risk settings you use, you will be getting bigger results, but you increase the risk significantly and the drawdowns increase accordingly. So if I go to the lowest, you will see that the drawdown dropped to 8.6 and the total profit is $210. So for the demo account, I'm planning to test with the high risk settings. So pretty much I want to see what would be the worst case scenario. And I won't go through all of the information down below. There are plenty of testimonials. You can join as well their Telegram group. There are so many active traders. I personally joined, but it's really hard to catch up with all messages inside, but you can meet fellow traders using the Golden Pickaxe there. And now, before I show you the expert properties, let me tell you why I decided to test it on BlackBull markets. First, the spread is really low. Check this out. I have spread about 0.20 to 30 cents from the price of gold. And for the beginners, the spread is the difference between the bid and the ask price. We always buy at the ask price and we sell or we close the long positions at the bid price, and the difference is what we pay to the broker. So we always have to trade with a broker that offers very low spreads. And with the standard ECN account from BlackBull markets, we pay spread from 0.8 with the currency pairs, and the bigger account we open, we would pay lower spread. Second, BlackBull markets is fully regulated broker, and just like selecting a proven expert advisor with verified track record, happy fellow traders who are using the expert advisor, it is important to select a broker who is trusty and at any moment you can withdraw your funds. And reason number 3, I have tested it plenty of times and I'm rest assured that I can withdraw at any moment, and their trading conditions are good enough to test expert advisors. So now let me go back to the expert properties, and you will see that there are plenty of inputs. I won't go through all of them, but on the top we have the most important, or that is the risk we are willing to take. There is mid-risk, significant, high risk. As I said, I prefer to test the robot at the beginning on a demo account with the maximum risk possible. Then you can choose if you want to use fixed lot and how much it should be, dynamic lots. There are some spread filters, but if you are trading gold, keep in mind to recalculate according to how many digits your broker uses. As well, down in the settings we have some max daily drawdown limit, which I'm using, for example, for the FTMO funded account where I'm trading with the expert Waka Waka, and some of the settings are similar. So you can see that I have set it to 4, which means that if the drawdown reaches 4, it will close all trades and it won't trade for 24 hours. So I would stay within the FTMO trading objectives, and then you can decide if you want to be trading every day through the week. There is some machine learning setup, a lot of inputs that may look really complicated even if you have some experience with Expert Advisors. But check this out, when I downloaded Expert Advisor after purchasing, I got ready set files. So if I click on load, you will see that I have ready sets. So if I want to go for the risky volume, I will just open it, and all of the inputs would be according to this set. Also, when you purchase the Expert Advisor, you will find a very detailed setup guide with dozens of pages to show you everything you need to know from scratch to the end. But there is very interesting risk money management where you will see exactly how much you would be expecting according to the different risk settings. As well, what was the maximum drawdown for the last 12 years and a half. And at the end, we have the annual return. So a lot of stats available, which makes it easier for you to decide which risk settings you want to go for. I will go for the maximum risk. I already have one trade. I will leave it trading on my BlackBull demo account for a week or so, and I will decide if I'll be actually trading this Expert Advisor on my live accounts. So far, what I see from the community on their Telegram, the PDFs and all resources available after purchasing the Expert Advisor, I'm really optimistic to use these Expert Advisors in the long term. But first, I will do my tests. So thank you guys so much for staying with me until the end of the video. Check out the link to the Golden Pickaxe down below in the description, because at the time of recording this video, it is offered with a discount. And if you want to know more about my tests and results with the Expert Advisors, let me know down in the comments. I might consider recording another video about it. Check out as well the Waka Waka Expert Advisor, which is from the same developer, and so far I have great results with it. I wish you a wonderful day, trade safe, and don't forget that I love you.